everyone. Thank you so much for watching On Call for All Kids. Today we're going to be talking about how you can incorporate chores into your family's routine. We'll be going over the purpose of chores, the best age to start them, and how to incorporate this into your family's schedule. I'm joined by Dr. Jennifer Katzenstein. She's the co-director of the Center for Behavioral Health here at Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital. And Dr. K, so great to see you.
You too, Ashley. Good to see you.
So really, what is the purpose of chores for our children?
One of the great opportunities with chores is really to teach our kids independent living skills and give them a sense of responsibility. This is an opportunity for them to learn about things they'll need to know how to do in the future, such as cooking and laundry and cleaning tasks. But also, one of the things we're finding out is that one of the predictors of happiness as a later adult is a good work ethic. And chores are a great opportunity to instill some of that work ethic in our kids.
How early can we start chores with our kids? And then once, they get older, how do chores vary by age?
We can absolutely start chores pretty young in our kids, even as young as 3 years old, where maybe they have a small task each day, including cleaning up their own dishes from their place at the table or putting food in the dog bowls or in the pet bowls. But we can continue to build upon those skills as we move forward. And they don't necessarily need to be termed chores when they're that little. But certainly once we get to be 5, 6, 7, and up into the teenage years, really clearly defining what those chores can be. And as we reach about age 10, thinking more about things like vacuuming a certain room, keeping their bed made and their room cleaned up, and taking out the trash so that we can really build them towards those independent living skills like laundry.
So if we don't really have a chore routine currently in our household, how do you suggest we get started with this?
Yeah, as part of the family community or the family unit we live in, chores are a great opportunity to make it part of the daily routine. So building in those individual time points each day where a child knows it's their time to get their chores done. For example, cleaning up the table after dinner is a really clear place to make a chore part of the daily routine, but also before taking that break to maybe have some screen time or watch some TV before bed, taking out the trash, or making sure that the pets in the family have the water and the food that they need. One of the big things we want to think about with chores too is that we don't want to teach a chore that's a really large chore. For example, cleaning up your room can be a really large task. What does that mean? What are all the steps that are included? So we want to break those pieces down and an opportunity to spend 5 or 10 minutes together each day working on the different components of a bigger chore we might be working towards, such as cleaning up the room. And we start by cleaning up our dirty laundry and putting it in the hamper, putting away our clean clothes, cleaning up our toys, really breaking those steps down. And then as a parent, reminding ourselves what you've heard me say so many times before, 3 praises for every 1 negative or corrective feedback. So as we're teaching chores, giving our kids an opportunity to be able to independently learn the task, even though we might want to jump in to kind of push them along or remind them of the next step, letting them work through it themselves, and then providing that specific praise so that we are making sure to get those praises in and they're feeling the positivity from us as they're doing a really great job working through the tasks that they have to do.
Now, I think accountability is a big piece of the puzzle for this. What if those chores just aren't getting completed?
Yeah, so one of the great things is that we want to set up our chores so that they are linked to a reward of some type. And so if your chores aren't getting completed, then we're not working towards those rewards or those incentives. Also, one of the opportunities with chores is for kids to be able to learn how to have delayed gratification, but also an opportunity for us as parents for them to earn things like screen time. So potentially we can use minutes earned towards screen time as part of the chore reward system. And if they aren't able to get the chores completed, then they aren't earning that time towards screen time. But if chores aren't getting done, we also, as parents, want to take a step back, make sure that there is an appropriate number of chores, that the chores are feasible for our kids and that they're able to do them and to know how to do them. Because sometimes there can be some stumbling blocks before we're getting to the point where kids feel really confident and are able to do the chores that we've asked them to do.
What do you think about chore charts? We've heard about that, for potty training and things like that to keep them on task. Do you like that idea?
I love chore charts. And again, this is a great opportunity to be really clear in our expectations with our kids. Especially with our younger kids, we want to start with maybe 1 or 2 chores to do per day, building up to 3, maybe 5 chores a day, depending on their age and their ability level. We want to make sure before we add a chore that we are able to get them really proficient in that chore and to make sure that they are really good at doing the chore we've asked before we add anything else into the mix. So with a chore chart, we want to start with maybe 2, maybe 3 goals that are really clear, have very clear expectations, and that we know our kids are able to do. And then, yes, we give them that sticker or that reward, maybe a star on the chore chart. And then those stickers, those stars add up to different levels of rewards. So we can do something small, maybe 2 or 3 stickers add up to staying up 5 or 10 minutes past bedtime. Or we can lead up to a bigger goal that our kids might have, maybe choosing an activity that the family gets to do for a day on a Saturday, choosing a movie that we might watch, or something that they might be willing to earn, something that's tangible, like a new video game or something. But it's really important for parents to keep in mind, not all of these things have to be earned money or earned gifts. It can also be things, like I said before, in terms of staying up 5 or 10 minutes later, some really nice opportunity for more minutes of screen time, and then choosing an activity or a movie that the family gets to watch together. But it's really, again, important to be providing that praise as parents and then giving our kids the opportunities to have different levels of rewards that they can turn in those stickers or those stars for.
Well, I love all of this advice on chores, Dr. Katz. It's a really great topic. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks so much for having me.
And we're so happy that you all were able to tune in as well. If you have a topic idea you would like us to look into, you can comment below right here on this video. And don't forget to check out our website. It's hopkinsallchildrens.org/newsroom, and you'll find many other pediatric healthcare resources there as well. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.